Hey guys, and welcome back for another episode. Daniel here from Single Malt Jack. I've got an absolutely cracking episode for you guys today. I've just bought 4 racks of lamb ribs from the local butcher. So we're going to jump in the kitchen, get them marinated, get a dry rub on them. We're going to start the smoker. We're going to get outside and put them on. They're going to take about 5 hours. So. Okay guys, as you can see here, we've got the 2 really nice racks of lamb. So I'm going to be putting them on the smoker really soon. I've just ducked outside, I've got that smoker going. I'm going to set it on about 120, 130 degrees. We've got chunks of charcoal in there, big chunks of timber. So that's going to be ready to go in about 5 minutes, I dare say. So what I typically do to prepare these ribs, I mean, you know, you guys can experiment and do it any way you like and the flavors you like. But what I typically want to do is just score. I've already done it on these ones, but as you can see here, I just want to basically score down the skin behind the rib itself, down the actual bone. So this is the front. So I've scored crisscross the skin at the top, so all the marinade and the rub can get inside, the flavors can get in, and the smoke. And then I flip it over, and then essentially I score all the rib bones. So I've got 2 pieces or 2 racks here, and I've got another 2 in another tray. So I'm going to put 4 in today. It's about a bit over 2 kilos all up of lamb ribs, but as you can see, I mean, there's really not that much meat on these things at all. So you know, that'll feed our small family anyway. But essentially how I do it is I like to get some oil all over these. It's quite a lot, but as I said before, don't be scared with your olive oil. Get them on the top, get it all over the bottom, and then once I've basically put olive oil all over these ribs, what I like to do is put a dry rub on them. Okay, so before I've started this, I've actually let these sit for about 20 minutes just to get them down to temperature a little bit. But what I've got in here, as you can see in there, it's just a mix of what I'm calling Mediterranean flavors. So there's some paprika in there, there's some rosemary from the garden, there's some oregano, there's some salt, pepper, garlic. I'm just trying to think what else I put in there. I think that's about everything really. So I just want to get these over the lamb ribs, and what I typically try and do is I just do a dry rub to start with. So these are going to sit on the in the smoker for about 5 hours, or just under 5 hours in total. But what I actually do is I get it up to temperature for probably about 4 hours, I dare say. And then essentially what I do is the last, or maybe 30, 45 minutes, is I really crank the temperature up on that smoker and get it up to maybe 180, 200 degrees. And then at that stage, what I then do is then I put my second, not really a sauce, it's more of a like Mediterranean style flavor, which I've got here, and I'll explain that to you. It's actually this one over here. So my hands are pretty dirty at the moment, but inside here I've got lemon juice, there's olive oil. What else have I put in there? Oh, I've put a couple of teaspoons of honey in there as well, just to give it just a little bit of sweetness and hopefully just crisp up the fat or the lamb skin. So that's basically it. These are going to cook in my smoker 120, 130 degrees for about 4 hours, and then we crank up the heat for the last half hour, 45 minutes. And these are going to be really nice and juicy. I cover these up with alfoil. I find that these ribs are quite, what's the word? There's not a lot of meat on them, so you just really want to keep them nice and moist. So I cover them up, and then for the last half hour, 45 minutes, I take the aluminium foil off, and I'll show you that a bit later. Looks like this grill is just about up to temp. Charcoal's burning really nice in there, so I've got 2 trays to put in. So one on the bottom and one on the top. Cheers. So I know I've mentioned it a few times, but this barbecue is absolutely amazing. It's worth every penny I've paid for it. Sitting here just above 100 degrees, 110. It'll be almost up to 120 soon, so it's ticking away really nice. As you can see here at the top, we've basically got different settings for the top vent. So when I'm slow cooking with the smoker for long cooks, I usually set that somewhere between 0 and 1. Sort of around 1's working really nice at the moment. You go down here to the bottom, you've got this big vent here at the bottom. Okay, so if I wanted to sear like a steak really hot, I'd open both vents up, top and bottom, and really can't really see any charcoal in there. There's a couple of embers, but that really pumps air through and gets it going really hot and quick. And then you got this second slide that goes across. So when I'm smoking and slow cooking, I basically want to close that one and then almost close this one here where I had it before. That seems to keep the temperature really nicely. As you can see inside, I've put the heat deflector in this time, so that big slab there of ceramic, and this keeps the temperature in so well because there's like a double layer of ceramic all the way around the bottom and all the way around the lid as well. So it's just really nice for holding the temperature in. I don't want to keep the lid open too long, but there you have it. Let's pop this lid and have a bit of a look in here. It's been cooking for just over 4 hours now. I've just been sipping on this Lagavulin for a couple of hours now, getting to know it, and it's a great whiskey, but these lamb ribs are smelling absolutely fantastic. I don't know if you can see that, but they're looking really good, getting some nice colour. They're super juicy. The foil's just keeping them juicy. They've still got a nice succulent smoky flavour going through. I really just want to be taking this foil off without doing too much damage to it. I think I've got that okay. And I'm just going to be opening up the vents on this barbecue and really just cranking the temperature up on this, getting it up to about 180, close to maybe 200 degrees. Want to hit this for another half hour or so, and I'm going to be back soon sampling a couple of these riblets. So you can see there the fire's starting to crank up a little bit. I've just opened up the vents, getting this really up to temp. And what I want to be doing is just putting a bit of marinate over these ribs. So not too much. This is our olive oil, lemon, and it's got a bit of honey in it as well. So these are going to go over the ribs now. And I'm hoping that's just going to give it a really nice glaze and just keep the juices in there. So, whoa, down with the lid, and we'll be back soon. Hey guys, well, we're probably about 4.5 hours in. I reckon there's probably another 15-20 minutes to go, but I just can't wait. So I'm going to pull a couple of these riblets off and have a bit of a nibble and pair it with this Lagavulin 16. So I've cranked up the temperature. It's sitting at about 200 degrees now, but I'm just going to pull this little one off here. That's just looking fantastic. It's falling off the bone, super juicy, as you can see. Oh, wow. Just the ambience here with the smoke coming off the barbecue. The whiskey in hand, the smell of the lamb, it's all just coming together. And as I was saying before, you know, when you're drinking whiskey, when you're enjoying it, you know, it's really all about the ambience and where you are. And it's, you know, it's the smoke, it's the smell of the meat, it's the smell of the lamb. And for me personally, that's how whiskey is supposed to be enjoyed. It's not just sitting, you know, on a glass on its own. It's supposed to be, you know, with other things, paired with other things, shared with other people. So I'm super excited to try this out. This little bit of lamb looks fantastic. Oh yeah, still really hot, but it's just super juicy. The skin's starting to crisp up a bit now, which is exactly what I wanted for the last half hour, 40 minutes of it. Oh wow, that's absolutely magnificent. Oh wow, even better than what I was anticipating. And that Lagavulin, the flavours in that Lagavulin 16 just pair with this name so well. Those salty, citrusy, smoky flavours. Just sitting here by the fire. The heat's coming on now. The smoke's coming on. Crispiness, the juiciness of the lamb. It's just amazing. Look, I'm gonna have to let you guys go. I'm gonna let this cook out for another maybe 15 minutes. I think that's all it needs. I'll rest it for a little bit, cover it. My wife's in there just making some roasted vegetables. We've got some salads, so gonna get in there, feed the family, and really just enjoy this. We're gonna have a lot of leftovers for tomorrow as well. So thanks for tuning in with us again, guys. Really appreciate it. If you like the video, if you like what we're doing, like it and subscribe, and we'll catch you next week for a brand new video. Cheers.